It was good for plantation, minerals, so they entered into those things. But they themselves who wanted the riches were not ready to work the hard way. So they subjected the natives to the work. And the story says, Spanish brutalities, overwork, and effects of European diseases decimated the indigenous population. So one man who was actually accused, Bartholomew de las Casas, supposedly a Catholic missionary who has sympathy on them, suggested for us to be used. One school of thought suggests that he said what he said based on the fact that we were doing the same work under similar climatic conditions, therefore better substitute. Another school of thought suggests he even said we never had souls. And that got my attention a little bit because not long before this time, we had the souls that they wanted to see. And then a few years later, we lost it. How did we lose it? I'm still working on that. Okay. But then to prove him wrong or right, they had to do a pilot issue. So they took some Africans from Spain, some say to Hispaniola, where they were tried. And true to the man's word, these ones proved physically fit. So demands for Africans started coming. In fact, at the time, they say that four Indians, 4 Native Americans is 1 African in terms of work. 4 is 2. What 4 of them could do, only 1 man can do. One African. Four Indians to 1 African. Yes. And that actually demanded for more Africans. And that was actually the beginning of what could be described to be the unfortunate transatlantic. But one thing to me very sad when it got started was the fact that in most cases, the Europeans on their own could not have gone to all the various places to gather the Africans all by themselves. So broadly, 3 ways came out. The Europeans captured some themselves. They moved with Africans to gather Africans. And then we had Africans also who gathered people, brought them down to the so-called traders, and from them to the Europeans. One thing that brought in most came through intertribal wars. So the more they had wars, the more they were pushing subjects, and the more they would exchange mostly for weapons. 1637, the locals here became fed up with the Portuguese. Looking for saviors, they saw the saviors in the Dutch. What they saw in them, I still don't know. But they held the Dutch. They fought the Portuguese, defeated them, and they took over. The Dutch came in, and they were not the angels the locals were looking for. They rather extended the structures and took in more slaves. Yeah. 1807, English came out to stop it. 1814, the Dutch also did same. But those who were here doing the actual thing never stopped. So from that time, what they called illegal trade got started. At the latter part of it, it was no more profitable. So on the 6th of April 1872, the Dutch and the English finally exchanged or swapped possessions. The Dutch gave theirs over here to the English. They took out of the English in northern Sumatra in Indonesia. When the English came in here, they used this castle for purely administrative matters. But of course, it is not to suggest the English never took part in the trade. They did. However, at the time, they were using the Cape Coast Castle for this. During the World War II, they brought men from all English-speaking West Africa, except Liberia, to this place. They trained them here. They took them to India and Burma, where they fought for them. And we call these ones Royal West African Frontier Force. After the Second World War, this was used as a police training school in 1938. So the English were here until 1957, when we became an independent state, and we kindly asked them to go back. Yeah. One thing I try to tell people is that slave trading had so many effects on the continent of Africa and the people of Africa. But one thing that actually gone through the system up till now, and it is still the case,